Hello, 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 GED scholars. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Professor Ejean of PJ Education Group, and I am so excited to come to you today in this month of May. May has already started, and you know what that means? We are wrapping up this wonderful 2023-2024 school year. So before I get started with some amazing information about the programs that we're preparing for this summer of 2024. I just want to remind you to make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be informed and receive notifications of videos when I drop those videos down on my YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you share this video with someone who you know is preparing to, take their GED exams. And then I would really appreciate if you like this video and post comments if you have comments as well. All right, so let's get started. Behind me is a background to let you know, and I try to do backgrounds if I can to share with you about what I'm going to discuss. And my focus of this video is going to be about our program that we are offering to our GED, our young GED scholars. This is typically the time of the year, twice a year, we usually receive phone calls and emails and contacts about young scholars and what can be done to help them to get their GED. Usually it comes from what I call their advocates, their parents, because they see that their scholars not trending in the right direction, preparing to get their high school diploma. So, justifiably so, they are reaching out to learn about other options so that their scholar can be, at least have the basics, which is a high school diploma or an equivalency. So I just want to go over a few steps for parents and grandparents and advocates who are looking for ways to get their scholar into the GED prep program and to help prepare them to take the GED exams. So the first thing I want to say this, and I am a high school educator, I want to encourage, if this is an opportunity for your scholar to continue to finish high school, if it's all possible, please, ma'am, please, sir, please, Gigi, Nana, Mimi, whatever we call ourselves, Paul, mom, dad, if you have a scholar that is 17 years old and that scholar is, not progressing in high school the way that he or she should and can, first contact the school to see if they have an alternative program in their school district. If they have credits recovery. That's a good example of what a lot of districts have here in the Metroplex area. So if your school district has a credit recovery program within a school district or a school district where your scholar can be part of, I would highly recommend getting your scholar involved in a credit recovery program, especially as we are preparing to move into the summer session. So some school districts, or most school districts, require that you enroll your scholar into their program. Of course, for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is they have to get a head count of how many scholars are going to participate in the program. If there's a cost, I'm not for sure. I have been asked that in the past, and I know right in the COVID crisis, there were a lot of federal dollars that came down the pipe to help support school districts with credits recovery programs. I'm not sure if that exists on that level. I should know by now, but I'm not for sure if that exists or if those school districts have funds to cover the cost of a credits recovery program during the summer. So that's something that you'll have to do your own research, because it works different per district as well, if it's not coming down the pipe from a federal level. So some states may support credit recovery programs during the summer. Some districts may have funding that supports that a credits recovery program as well. So please just go ahead and contact the school where your scholar is enrolled and reach out to them before you move so quickly to put them into a GED mindset. So again, credits recovery is what you want to look for. They may call it a different program, but whatever the program is, you want to see if your scholar can become part of that. And typically, there are credits recovery classes during the school semester as well. So, you just want to find out what is available. The other piece in Texas, your scholar cannot miss more than, I think it's 20% of the overall attendance. It's 10 to 10 and 20%. I know in trade schools it's 20%. So if they are finding themselves in an attendance default because they haven't been going to class for whatever reason, then you also have to make up those attendance hours in order to get them where they need to be to qualify as a graduate. So again, a huge advocate for high school scholars to get their high school diploma if it is possible. If it is possible. So do your research before you start shifting towards GED. I'm a fan of getting your GED as well, but if these are scholars who are 16, 15, 16, 17 years old, even 18, if it is possible for them to get a high school diploma from their high school within the district that they live in, then please, do your research, find out what can be done, and move forward in that direction. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there because I am an advocate for obtaining a high school diploma if it is possible. Now, there are circumstances where that doesn't work. A lot of reasons are in place. One of the reasons, the scholar could have moved from one district to another, one state to another, one city to another, and the credits are different per school district. I talked about this when I was on panel, how it is just very interesting. In the United States, we don't have one system for schools, one system for the criminal justice system, one system for education. It's just depending on where you are and where you're located, each school district has its own determination. To some degree, it has to of course, be approved by the Department of Education, but there are some leniencies where how many credits are required and what courses are required. There's some sense of leniency that can impact and affect the ability for your scholar to be able to graduate. So that could be a situation. Another situation that we often run into are scholars who unfortunately have gotten into trouble. So they spend more time in out of school suspension or in the court system. And so now, because of poor decisions that were made, or because they were in circumstances and were influenced, or for whatever reason that's happened, they are now required to move forward towards earning their GED. So that could be a circumstance. And then there are family issues, financial issues where family are needing their teenagers to help financially to support the household. And so they're not able to attend school like they need to be successful as a scholar. So there's so many different reasons for why scholars aren't able to get their high school diploma or their GED. So for whatever reasons, I want to talk a little bit about the process, and I'm speaking from the role of a person who's in Texas. So typically it's the same everywhere, but again, I've shared this in other videos. State agency regulates the process of GED because GED falls underneath the state education agencies for each state. For us, it's Texas Education Agency because they are the overseers for high school diplomas and equivalencies. So based on those standards, GED has to follow and of course meet those standards in order for the GED to be credible. So that's important. Okay. So depending on what state you're in, I have from 17 to 20. I do know that there are some scholars in Texas that could take GED exams as early as at the age of 16, depending on what it may be court appointed. They may be court appointed and required to get to earn their GED. So again, each state, there's some differences a little bit when it comes to how young a scholar can prepare and take the GED exam. So just follow up and check with your state's education agency. So let me just talk a little bit about the process. If you have a scholar and they're not going to make it through the high school system, it's just not going to work for your scholar, which is totally understandable. The first thing you want to do is, again, contact the state agency. You can actually log on to GED.com. And when you log on to GED, you can set up a free GED account. That's the first step, set up a free GED account. There's no cost except for your time, your precious time. And you can set up a GED account for your scholar. You could actually have them set up the GED account. If they are under the age of 18, there is going to be an alert which will require for them to receive documentations that support them to be able to take the GED exam as a minor. So that alert, when you click that link on the alert will, provide you a narrative and steps of what you need to take in order to for your scholar to receive clearance to move forward with testing to earn their GED. So that's the first step, is to first set up your free GED account, and then you're going to need to get that alert removed. Typically, that alerts can be removed by a letter. If you have a letter from a judge that requires your scholar to earn their GED. Another way is, of course, the person who is the parent or the guardian of the scholar. They can write a notification, a letter stating that they are approving, not improving, but approving for that scholar to take their GED. So those are some of the things, and it's not difficult to get the approval, but it is required. That the scholar is required to get approved in order to move forward with taking their GED exams. All right. So the first thing, again, go ahead and log on to the GED website. It is GED.com. So people say, what's the website? It's GED.com. It's very simple. Go ahead, log on to the website and set up the free account. And that's the first step towards getting started. It was something on my mind while I was talking. I'm trying to recapture that thought, and it just moved. So hopefully I get it again, that thought in those steps. The next step that you see behind me is, I do encourage that your GED scholar takes the GED, your young scholar takes the GED ready exams. The ready exams is what you pay for on the official GED website. The cost is much less than the cost for the actual GED exams. And the reason why I encourage that your scholar take the GED read exams is because typically with GED scholars that are under the age of 20, they are pretty much close to the content information, as far as, when I say close, their age, their time frame of being in school. They don't have like 10 years of being out of high school or grade school. They don't have 10 to 20 to 15 years typically. Well, I can say this, they don't have 15 to 30 years, 20 years, because they're under 20, right? So, but it's because of that, the GED exams are kind of close to like our state STAR exams that we have here in Texas, where our scholars have to take the STAR exams in order to move forward and get their high school diploma. They have to, of course, pass the classes, attend classes as well, but they also have to take the STAR exam and meet the requirements of the STAR exams, demonstrate their proficiencies on the subjects, the core subjects, social studies, science, math, and language arts, in order to earn their high school diploma. So the same thing it is for the GED exams. So I do recommend that your scholars take the GED prep test, because the GED exams are pretty close to what they have been learning, or, even if they didn't go to class, they are connected to the information and the content. So if they take the GED read exams, the read exams will let them know what skill sets they have proficiency in, and then what skill sets they need to improve. And that's where you want to focus. As a matter of fact, even if you are not a scholar that is under the age of 20, I recommend everyone, I'm just a true advocate of anyone preparing to get their GED, to take the GED read exams, because once you've done that, you will receive what is called a score report. And I have a video example of what a score report looks like, and described what the score report provides. So, but it is a great tool to use to strategize and prepare for the GED exams, because you really don't know what your strengths and weaknesses are until, in my opinion, you take the GED ready exams. I mean, you might have an idea, but the GED ready exams is a snapshot of what the actual GED exams are about. So you have a really good feel of what it is going to be like taking the GED exams when you take the GED read exams, plus you receive a score report. And again, with that score report, you can target your studies towards the areas where you need to develop and improve your skill sets on certain contents within each subject so that you could be successful or hopefully be successful towards obtaining your GED. All right, so that's the second thing is set up your GED account, take GED ready exams. I said take a GED ready exam, but take all four of them. Take all four of the GED ready exams, and then use the GED ready exam score report to prepare for the GED exams. All right, so and we just shared that information. And then, of course, if you feel like your scholar needs a GED coach, we do offer GED prep programs through PJ Education Group. We have OPM Training School, which is one of our arms of our organization, and we provide GED prep for all of our GED scholars. So we do have a discounted rate for this summer, and because we really want to continue I would say the energy of academia for scholars, because if you have GED's young scholars, typically they've been out of pocket a little bit, but they still have that type of that type of energy of academia. They're still kind of in that school mindset, the young mindset. And so this is a great opportunity for them to just move in the direction towards preparing to take their GED exams. Plus, this is the month of May. The month of May is graduation month, so I'm excited because I get a chance to participate in my own personal ceremony, my graduation ceremony. But I also get a chance to support others, family members and friends who are graduating for this spring of 2024. So I would love to have your scholar to get that experience as well by earning their GED. So let me just wrap up and review real quickly the steps that I shared. If you have a GED scholar that is between the ages of 17, between the age of 17 and 20, or 16. So I put 17, but if you have a 16-year-old as well, and you believe that getting a GED is the right decision for them, the first thing you need to do is to set up a free GED account. Just go to the website. It's www.ged.com. That's www.ged.com. Go to the website and have your scholar set up their free GED account. Once that GED account is set up, then have your scholar take the 4 GED exams. Now, I think this is what I was going to share. They don't need to take all 4 exams on the same day. They can't take them at the same time. But I would recommend that your scholar takes maybe 1 or 2 exams per day so they can perform their best, because moving between 4 subjects in one day can be very tough, even for school districts. And like I said, I work for a school district at a high school. When we give them their exams, they are taking 1 exam per day for the state exams. We're not giving them multiple exams per day because we want the scholar to perform their best. So I would recommend that you have your scholar just use a full week, like one day take the math test, take the social studies exam, the next the science, and then the language arts. And they can do maybe 2 per day, or just 1 per day. But you want to have them take their exams in a tight, short period of time. You don't want the exams, practice exams, to go too far, too many days in between, because they're in the academia mindset of taking an exam. They could take the exam at home. They don't have to take the practice exams at a location. I do recommend that they take the practice exams on a Chromebook, a laptop, or a computer desktop, because to do so on the phone just looks different. And they won't be able to use their cell phone, mobile devices when they take the official GED exams. So now, if you don't have a Chromebook, if you don't have a laptop or a desktop, your local libraries do. And so just have them go to the local library and take those exams. Now, you could pay for all 4 exams at one time. Those exams will just remain in their portal, student portal for GED. And when they are ready, they just will access those ready exams and take those ready exams. So that's what I wanted to share. I think that was what was on my mind. And then once the exams are taken, you can use those exams to focus on skill sets that you need to develop and improve in order to increase your score. The other piece that I want to share is take one exam at a time, study for one exam at a time. And this is when I'm speaking of one exam, I'm speaking of now the official exam. So after you've taken the 4 GED ready exams, whichever exam you score the highest, that's the one you want, that's the subject you want to, whichever exam you score the highest, that subject is the one that you want to focus on. Yes. So for instance, I mean, there are 4 subjects: social studies, science, language arts, and math. That's what's behind me up top. So if science was the highest, the subject that your scholar scored the highest, if I could get that out, uh, then science is what you want them to put all of their energy into, focus on content related to science for GED. There are plenty of videos. Like I said, I have a GED class as well. And we have different resources out there on my YouTube channel and on our website, but you can go and have them just put all of their energy on that subject. And if they can really concentrate on that subject for 2 weeks, I say 3 weeks. I put 3 weeks out there because, again, I have scholars of all ages and stages. So I know some scholars have to get back into the academia mindset. But for your scholar, if they are between the ages of 16 and 20, then they're still pretty, they're still into the academia mindsets just a little bit. They might not have adopted to it or adapted to it the way they should have, but they are not so far fetched away from the mindset of being in school. So I would say if they could concentrate 1 to 2 weeks on that subject of science or whatever the subject that they score the most, and then go ahead and take that exam, hopefully they should be successful with getting that exam under their belt and going on to the next subject. And I think if they can move just like that, in a good rhythm and get a good cadence of studying every 2 weeks, and they may not need to study for 2 weeks on a subject. They might take one of those subjects and earn a score of 145 or greater. So if they did, they might can knock that out within a week, just studying on some of the content that they need to improve in order to, hopefully get their score to the minimum score of 145 when they take the official exam. Okay, the official exam. So very simple, parents. And I was been working on trying to get to this video because this is typically the second time of the year where we get bombarded with a lot of phone calls. And I talk to parents, and these are the exact same steps that I've shared with parents on what they can do to help get their scholar to prepare for their GED exams. The other piece is what I've found is that scholars who are between the ages of 16 and 20 do a lot better with in-class GED prep instead of online. I do have scholars who are online with us. Some of them do pretty well, but my record, based on me teaching GED prep since 2008, my scholars who are in person typically do a pretty good job. They do a much better job of focusing and taking those exams than online. So we are going to set up some more boot camps. I don't have any set up for the month of May because May is just packed. It's booked. It's graduation month. So we're looking to do some more in June, but I do have online classes. One-on-one tutoring also helps, and we're going to be offering one-on-one tutoring as well. So you can go to our website to get more information about GED prep for young scholars. But even online, regardless if they're virtual, online, or in person, the second thing that I want to share with you is when GED scholars are between the ages of 16 and 20, preparing for their GED, the best approach that I've seen so far since I've been teaching and prepping and coaching for GED is that scholar, again, moving at a very quick pace, at a very quick pace. Usually, if they go past 2 months, they lose interest. They are trying to go get a part-time job, and the GED prep is on the back burner. So if you can be a really good advocate, not just leave them alone and trust them to get on the class, especially with us. Sometimes we have that happen where parents will set them up and say, okay, you're good. Well, that was the problem probably in high school. They're not good. They're not going to focus for whatever reason. They're going to be easily distracted. and their attention span is very, very short. So I would say, as a parent, as a guardian, if you are in charge of that, your scholar obtaining their high school diploma or equivalency, I would just, again, as I'm asking you to put them in a rhythm of 1 week to 2 weeks preparing for that subject, I would partner with them on this journey so that you can help ensure that they are staying focused, that they are doing their due diligence to prepare to take their GED exams, because it's going to take not just them to focus, but it's going to take a community to surround them and walk them through it. Because again, after a month or two, if they don't have it, their GED, they're going to lose interest and just put it on the back burner. And then they're going to end up being older and wish they would have been, made a different decision. So just want to encourage you to do that. Again, for more information about our program, because we do have a GED prep program, we are a meeting every Monday, and our 7:30 class is for our young scholars. So we do have young scholars that are being successful. They're taking the class and they're moving forward. So I'm really, really proud of them. But again, it's a community. They have a community supporting and pushing them through the process. So we do have a class at 7:30 where typically our young scholars are joining that class. And so that will be a good fit for your GED scholar if you have one that is preparing for their GED. Again, I do have tutoring programs. I won't start tutoring again. I think maybe I will in June or maybe not until July. So that's kind of far down the road, which is why I'm doing this video now, to encourage you and to give you some steps of what you can do to help, guide your young scholar towards preparing them to take their GED exam. So again, my 4 steps: set up a GED account that's free, take the GED ready exams, use those score reports to target the studies materials, to get the target study materials and content towards preparing to get the GED. One more thing, I've been asked this: is it necessary to get a GED book? Will that help? It can. For our class, it helps in a sense because I'm able to walk them through the pages and the information so that they can understand and receive that information from the GED book to help them as they're preparing for their GED. If they're on their own, will the book help? I think videos have been better for young scholars because they're always watching videos and TikTok and all kinds of stuff on their cell phone. So there are plenty of videos available, and we have done our best to also research different videos that are, I believe, very helpful and provide and offer really good tools for GED scholars that we add into our lessons as well. And we give them credit. And of course, watching their videos receives credits for them as well. So they get credit for that. So we don't take credit for anyone else's work, but we do support other GED prep individuals because they're working hard and they do some really, really good work. There's some people out there that are doing amazing work, and so we appreciate them. So that's my deal. That's my spiel. Our phone number to contact us to set up a time so that we can enroll your GED scholar. If you know that they still need GED coaching, then please, don't hesitate. Again, let's get this window in really, really tight. Our contact number is 972-499-5229. That's 972-499-5229. Our website about our GED prep program is available for you, which is pjeducationgroup.com. And then before I close, this summer we are doing a GED graduation. And so we're going to post the form for individuals who want to participate. We are already getting emails and phone calls about our graduation ceremony, and that's exciting to me because I want to celebrate our GED scholars, whether you are 17 or 57 years old. If you earned your GED between the year of 2020 and this present year, 2024, we want to celebrate you. You are have qualified to participate in our GED graduation ceremony. So I can't wait to celebrate with our GED scholars in your regalia. And we have all of that information already on our website. The link is not active yet to register, but you can email us. We're not going to activate that link until mid-May, which is around the corner, or towards the end of May, because we just want to make sure we solidify and have everything that we need. As it relates to providing the right information to those who are going to participate. But we are having our summer GED graduation ceremony. So I'm real excited about that. And I can't wait to celebrate with our GED scholars. So guess what? If you have a young scholar who needs to get their GED, let's get them started like yesterday, ASAP, ASAP. And so that they can participate in the graduation ceremony that we're going to host. Now, of course, you have to physically be here. This will not be online. This will not be a virtual graduation. This is going to be a full-fledged in-person graduation. That is what I want to do for our GED scholars. And you could go to our website to get more information about that. All right, so that's my spiel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure that you like this video. Like this video. Make sure you share this video with someone, especially a young scholar or a parent of a scholar who needs to obtain his or her GED, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive notifications of videos that I drop on my YouTube channel. All right, thank you so much, and you guys stay blessed.